Watching today's winners and losers on Wall Street with our financial expert Rob Black. And, you know, Rob, we've been waiting for the U.S. economy to kind of accelerate. And the latest projections from the International Monetary Fund don't really show that happening for a while.
Yeah, we had a lot of estimates based on 2014 at the start of the year that didn't have that cold winter hitting as harsh as it did. So the IMF is saying the U.S. is going to grow somewhere between 2% area for GDP, not the 2.8% that it had predicted just 60 days ago. Momentum in the U.S. economy has stalled a bit. With that said, we're grinding forward. Unemployment's a little bit better as far as unemployment rate. Employment rates are a little bit better. You know, job cuts a little bit worse. So that's we are where we should be. Slowly improving economy, but it drives you crazy. It's moving so slowly.
Yeah. I thought it was interesting, though, the IMF, for the first time ever, suggested the United States should raise its minimum wage. It was pretty interesting that they would put something like that in their report.
I think there's a lot of debate on inequality and getting, you know, a livable wage for sure.
Okay, we're talking about healthcare now, and the U.S. not doing so well in the world rankings.
What's interesting is we're #1 in spending, $8,500 per person per year, and we're number 11 in the healthcare system. And we're starting to see the healthcare system kind of buckle a little bit. I don't want to use the word buckle if it's too negative, but with the Obama healthcare laws, you're starting to see, you know, aggressive acquisitions in pharmaceuticals, as well as, you know, hospitals making deals to get more beds for longer periods of time so as to take care of the financial obligations that a publicly traded hospital might have.
So do you think healthcare will improve as time go on? I mean, this is a big rollout, as big as Social Security was, and there were big glitches when that happened. I mean, do you think we'll reach a point where things will decelerate as far as the spending every year, and then things will smooth out as this goes on for a couple of years?
If the law remains the same, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's kind of geared to smooth out over time. So you're allowed to skip the first couple of years, get, you know, penalized just a little bit. So, but yeah, it's from a stock perspective, it's interesting to see the wild west, where companies like Medtronic, who makes medical devices, who are big spenders, tax spenders under the Obamacare, they're like, gone, we're out of here. We're leaving the country and going to Ireland. Wow. The evasion or the unintended consequences are huge.
Okay. Talk about Starbucks. What do you make of this? This is a great program they're doing. They're going to help pay for college tuition.
And I like it. It's online college. So
Arizona
State. And again, you know, Charles Schultz is a great CEO. He said, you know, we can't wait on Congress to do this. The question for all of us is, should we accept what is happening in the United States, where people are being left behind? So up to $10,000 a year for Arizona State's online courses. Last year, Starbucks just reimbursed up to $1,000 per employee. And tuition reimbursement, and for what comes up to 120 plus degrees, 40 undergraduate degrees plus 120 plus classes. So if you work at Starbucks, I would take advantage of any free education anyone's ever willing to give to you, because that's a way to boost your income in your position.
Yeah, an amazing move there. All right, we've got an email question coming in from Charles, and Charles asks, who are better savers, millennial men or millennial women?
Sounds like a fight. Sounds like someone wants help in me solving this. But Wells Fargo just came out with the report, and millennials are obviously people 18 to 35-ish. That's loosely defined. But 61% of millennial men have started saving for retirement, and just 50% of women, and that's not good. You know, there's also another problem where men are saving more than women. 60% are pleased where they are. 40% of the women are pleased, but they also make more money. The average millennial male in the United States makes $77,000 a year. For the females, it's $56,000 a year. So they have to save more. They tend to work longer than men, and they tend to live longer than men. So the women really need to get up financial literacy terms. They're a little bit behind the men.
Well, that's a big discrepancy in pay. Thank you, Rob. But if you have a question for Rob, post on his Facebook fan page, and we'll answer it right here on KRON 4. We'll be right back.